Country boy. I get up before the rooster, put on my camo, load up my bow and my rifle and stock the ammo. I'm a bullet with the bullet, but I'm lethal with the arrow. Always down for the hunt, dove turkey and big bucks. Hit the woods and get fitted up. Mossy oak all across my fit, don't be surprised we do this too. I be up before the sun with my 30-06. Hard body on, I ain't worried about the kick. Yeah, we do this too.
Welcome, guys, to another edition of We Do This Too Outdoors podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Williamson. I have a super special guest on today. Man, I've been rocking with this dude for a couple of years. I met him in Georgia about 2 years ago at a dove hunt with the 24/7 Hunt Boys. Man, he's one of the best dudes that you could ask for, man. We'll give you the shirt off his back. Mr. Eazy, Brandon Thompson. How you doing, sir?
What up, man? What's going on, man? Pleasure to be on. I'm glad to finally get on and talk with you a little bit, man, and, fellowship. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. So, for all you that don't know, man, Eazy is a barber down in Florida. And, man, if you follow his page, man, like, he's into a lot of stuff. And me and him have a lot in common, man. From tattoos to fishing to hunting, man. I just wanted him to get on here, kind of share your story, man. So, Eazy, tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, man, I'm from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Small drinking town with a fishing problem. You know what I'm saying? So we that's all we do here, man. I was born and raised in New Smyrna. Fortunate enough to own a barbershop in New Smyrna, downtown New Smyrna, Canal Street. It's great. It's a blessing, man. It's my dream job. I always wanted to be a barber. As far as me, anything else, man, I'm into the outdoors. That's really all I like to do. Anything outdoors. I'm big into fishing. I mean, I'm from Florida, so we can fish 365 days of the year for some type of species of fish, whether it's saltwater or freshwater. I mean, any body of water around us is going to hold some type of something. I hate to say it, but most of the time it's going to be a little baby gator or something like that. But other than that, man, if it's not duck season and I'm not chasing a bird, I'm in my tree stand trying to get me some type of big game with my bow. I got into hunting about 10 years ago now. No. I started hunting in 2016, 2017. That was my first season. That was the same exact year that I graduated from barbering school and was able to get into a shop and pretty much kicked off my career. I became a barber because I just really, truly wanted to have my own time, manage my own time. I didn't want to have a boss. I didn't want to have somebody over me telling me, "Hey, man, you can't do this. You can't go out, or you can't take this time off. I can't give you this vacation time, or whatever sick time it may be." Just once you deal with that for so long, it's like, man, if I do have any hobbies, do want to go do something on a great weekend, or I got this buck on cam and I need to be in my tree stand at 5:30 in the morning on a Thursday. I can't do that if I'm working a 9 to 5 and Monday through Friday. So my main motivation to becoming a barber was just to be able to get into the outdoors more and just to learn everything I could and just to be the best all around outdoorsman. Not specifically honing in on one season, but just being a all around outdoorsman. If somebody was to say, "Hey, man, Brandon, you want to go do this?" I got some type of knowledge of it, or I'll be able to pick up the phone and talk to somebody, and I can get an answer for you if I couldn't answer it myself. So, becoming a barber was a big thing for me because that was a dream job and a dream career. Always wanting to be since I was a young boy. So once I was able to obtain that certificate and just get into a shop and start to work, that's when my outdoors life pretty much it took off. Started hunting 2016, 2017, harvested a 7 point and 3 does with my bow off my uncle's property here in Florida. So pretty nice size buck as well. I haven't been able to get a buck that size since then, but just a lot happens during hunt season, and it's hunting, it's not killing. So it
Right.
yeah, man, that's all I do, man. If it's not in my barbershop cutting hair and trying to make the kids laugh and smile and put a smile on the moms and dads faces and stuff, I'm trying to chase something in the water or in the woods, man.
That's what's up. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for barbers. I've got a cousin in my town. He's a barber, man, and like you guys offer a service, and um, as you know, man, black barbershop sometimes, it's therapy.
Yeah,
You go in there, you might be feeling down or whatever, man. You get your hair cut and start talking to the OGs in there, man. By the time you leave, man, your spirits are lifted back up, man. So, man,
yeah,
shout out to all the barbers out there, man.
I appreciate
Y'all provide a hell of a service to people, man. And man, y'all don't know how y'all make people feel, man. Y'all make people's days, man.
Yeah, man, I enjoy. That's one aspect of the job that I really truly enjoy is just seeing the smiles on people's faces, or coming in and not being able to really find a good barber, and finally finding a good barber, and able to me able to accomplish and give them what they want instead of walking out upset. It's a really good feeling, man. Like I said, it's not a job for me. It's really fun. It's something that I always wanted to be since I was a very, very young boy. So to be living out both of my passions at once, it's a blessing, bro. Like, it truly is a blessing.
That's dope. So you got into barbering basically when you wanted to be your own boss and have the time to get in the outdoors as much as you could.
Right, right.
And I feel like where you differ from a lot of people in this industry is you have a lot of knowledge of all species, whether it's duck, dove, deer. I seen you were fishing on a boat with somebody the other day, fly fishing.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know how to do that. I wouldn't even know where to begin. And I feel like that's where you differ from a lot of people because, like you said, you have the knowledge. If somebody says, "Hey, man, let's go," fly fishing in Montana, you got that knowledge to go out there and get it done.
yes, sir.
So that's where
Yeah.
you differ from everybody. I feel like that's cool, man. Do you got any like memorable hunting experiences or outdoor fishing experiences you want to share with us?
I mean, to my my favorite one, my number one always will be not, I won't say always will be, but that's near and dear to my heart is my first year running Odie. Odie's my bird dog. I've had him for 4 years. I was actually out on a hunt and out west with 24/7 hunt with the gang, and we was having a good time, man. And this was Odie's first hunt out west, his first hunt ever, period. Like, he had never hunted. I didn't hunt him early till because it's just a little bit too hot here. So and I didn't want to run the risk of overheating them or running into gators and anything like that. It was my first year running him, so I was truly nervous, but ended up taking him out west with the boys, and man, he got to watch Pete run, which is his dad. He got to watch Daryl's dog Blaze, rest in peace to Blaze. He got to watch her run, not Blaze, but Bella, um, his older dog that he had. His new dog Blaze now is very much so a rocket, and she is everything. But Odie got to see a couple different dogs run, and it was cool because I didn't let him hunt the entire hunt. We shot a good number of birds, and he sat on the stand, and I didn't let him go. And then finally, Renard was like, "Man, you need to let Odie pick up a bird." And I was like, "I was just waiting on y'all to say something." So ended up shooting this mallard, this greenhead, and he had to be probably, I don't know. We shot him at like 30 yards, 30, 40 yards or whatever. He came in swinging around, and boom, we knocked him down, and he kind of floated. When he floated away, he ended up going to probably about 75 yards. So at that time, I was kind of nervous, but I just walked out to the edge of the water and pointed him in that direction, dead bird, because he didn't see it fall. He just, he just seen us shoot or whatever. But walked him out there, pointed him in that direction, told him dead bird. He perked up, his ears perked up, and I sent him onto the bird, and he kind of veered off a little bit. But once he seen the white belly sitting up, it was like beeline straight to it, man. He went there and about he got, I don't know, maybe halfway to it. Once we noticed that like he was locked on to it, I ended up walking back to the shore. The boys was telling me, man, come on back up here, make him come all the way to you, make him heal up. So he ended up going out there picking up that bird and then coming up, healing up on me, man, and ended up was able to capture it on video, and I have that memory forever, man. And he ended up picking up 9 birds that day. His furthest bird was about I would say 80-yard blind retrieve. It was straight across this oxbow that we was hunting in, and we let that bird sit there for a little while. A bunch of birds came in, we was shooting, and that bird sat there for a little while, and then they was like, man, see if Odie will go pick up the bird, because another one of the dogs tried to go get him. It was just a little bit too thick of mud for him. So we sent Odie out there, and it was beautiful, man. It was like he parted the Red Sea, went right over there and came right back to me. And I actually got both of those moments on camera, but my number one moment as far as in the outdoors I will say is him picking up his first greenhead. I mean, that's like it's real close with me hitting my first buck. I hit my first buck at 18.8 yards with a bow, and he dropped that. I think let me see, he ran and he dropped inside of the property line. So I think he fell about 60 yards away from, no, it was about 75 yards away from my stand. And
That's what's up.
it was perfect shot, perfect heart shot. I never forget that either. But once you have a bird dog and you get attached to that dog, and I trained Odie myself. I didn't send him off to training. I didn't do any of that type of stuff. I wanted my own attachment with him. I wanted to grow with him. I wanted to learn with him and make mistakes with him myself. So, once you get that attachment with any dog, especially a bird dog, it's hard not to pick one of those moments out as his number one moment. Like I
Right.
would, just like this past season, he picked up a banded model duck, and that was probably one of the most scariest moments I've had with him. But to know that my boy went in there, did what he had to do, and got that duck and came back to me, it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like just the whole thing, thinking about it now, how it happened, and the whole just the whole thing, man. It was wild. But yeah, man, I got a bunch of memories, and I got some good stories, and man, I done
Yeah.
had some good in my short time of being in the outdoors. It's been absolutely amazing. I always wanted to be in the outdoors, but as a black man, when you grow up in a single parent home, even if you don't know, I know friends of friends or cousins
Hmm.
that have grown up in a single parent home, and
I
mom
do.
was a little strict, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't school or sports, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't going out, you wasn't hanging out in the streets, you wasn't going and doing all of that stuff that could potentially put you in a place of harm or put you in a place of wrongdoing. So my mom was pretty strict on me, pretty tight on me all the way through school and everything, man. And I didn't have, uncles, and my grandfather, unfortunately, they had already passed away. My great granddad, my grandfather, they had already passed away before I could really get out and go out on a boat with them. They were avid outdoorsmen, not as avid as I am, but my grandfather was big into fishing. Like fishing was his thing. Like he was on the water 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sheephead was his favorite fish. So it's coincidental that that's my favorite fish to go catch. You know what I'm saying? So, uh,
Right.
I definitely have had and been into the outdoor just this short stint, but you know, I plan on being in outdoors for a lifetime, man. I'm just blessed to be able to have the opportunity to go do the things that I do and experience the places, and like have fun in these places, not just go to these places expecting to harvest something. You know what I'm saying? That's the last
Right.
thing on my mind. I'm going to these places to meet people, experience and chat and fellowship, and then hopefully can come back. You know what I'm saying? So I've been fortunate enough to be able to pretty much harvest animals on about I say 80% of my road trips that I do go on. You know what I'm saying? But when I don't harvest the animal, it's still a lesson and a blessing all in one.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, you said two things right there that resonated with me right there. So I got in outdoors as a young kid, 5, 6 years old with my pops. He passed at 14. He grew up in a little cotton town outside of Memphis, Tennessee, called Somerville, Tennessee, and big rabbit hunter, big cat fisherman, and I love catfishing. That's one of my favorite fish to fish for is catfish, and I love rabbit hunting, man. And I learned from him because my grandfather at the time was a lot older. He didn't get out and hunt a lot, so I learned everything from him.
Right, right.
But second thing you said, man, having you know that single parent household, man. I've got a lot of buddies, man. They kind of grew up the way you grew up. They were always interested in the outdoors as black men, but their mom kind of steered them away from that, thinking, you're never going to make it in that because it's a primarily white sport. Um, and that's a lot of things that I deal with on a day to day basis. When I started my channel, was man, you're never gonna make it. This is a white boy sport. Black people don't hunt. Like, have you gotten any flack about, as an African American, in the outdoors? You got any stories you can tell us about that?
None of mine like really come from being as far as like from Florida, man. Like Florida is a melting pot. Um, I have experienced certain things. You know what I'm saying? Especially duck hunting. Duck hunting is pretty harsh,
That's
man. It can be real. It can be real cutthroat in certain
very
areas in certain
cutthroat. Yeah,
states. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because a lot of people just aren't used to seeing us outdoors doing some of that stuff, some of the same things that they've been doing their whole life, right? So I have, been, with the crew and got tire slashed at the ramp, or been into it in the middle of the duck hole, arguing back and forth, what I'm saying, going at it with people, and being called derogatory name, what I'm saying, name, just all kind of stuff, uh down here, my very first like experience, it was, just I wouldn't even say experience, man. It's just you get the stares. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Never really what's going on, or why are you doing this? I have been fortunate enough that I have not experienced too much of the, I will say, ignorance from people that just don't understand. You get what I'm saying, and don't get it. But
right,
in my little town, New Smyrna, it's mainly a fishing town. So it's a little country town. It's either beach or country. That's it. It's no in between. It's tourist, beachy, little country, little town. Um, so it's not too many black hunters here, but there are a couple of them, and they're well known. You get what I'm saying? Because they are well into the outdoors, well into it. But as far as like experiences, my very first time going duck hunting down here in Florida, I was actually on the boat with my brother-in-law, his uncle, rest in peace, Uncle John. Uncle John is who taught me everything about duck hunting. That's who showed me duck hunting. That's who got me into it. That's who like was sitting right next to me, like 2 years, basically like 2 years straight. You know what I'm saying? Like I was with Uncle John. So it was Uncle John, my brother-in-law Jordan, and my brother-in-law's dad Tom. We had a permit in this area down here, and ended up hunting, man. It was a great hunt. Like my first hunt, like shot 3 teal, 1 model duck. I seen thousands of divers. man, it was an experience. I'll never forget it. But on the way back to the boat ramp, we had some guys, like it was like two boats, and they were coming past us. And as they was coming past us, one of them dropped the N bomb, and what's this doing out here? And they all looking at me crazy in the boat, but it's the other boat. You know what I'm saying? So Uncle John
Right.
was sitting next to me, and Uncle John was like, man, you know F that. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? They can shove it. They don't understand what's going on, and it is what it is. They could be ignorant. Brandon, you got just as much right to be out here in the wildlife. You know what I'm saying? Out here at the refuge, and out here in WMAs, and wherever you want to go hunt. You got just as much right to be out here as anybody else. So don't let nobody scare you into thinking like, oh, I shouldn't be out here by myself, or I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that. Because, to go back to what you were saying is, when you grow up in a single parent home, mom don't want you doing certain things as a young black man, because she don't want to lose her only boy. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Especially out
Right.
hunting, oh, he accidentally got shot, or accidentally this, accidentally that, accident my ass. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
it definitely has happened. I've had some experiences of it, but I've learned to just turn all negative into a positive, man. So when people get to saying negative stuff, I ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't too much entertain it. You're not gonna disrespect me, but
Right.
I ignore it. You know what I'm saying? I try to turn everything around, or pretty much act like I didn't even hear it. You know what I'm saying? It sucks at times, but from the time that I've been hunting with 24/7 Hunt, and hunting with those guys, and then even before I met those guys, and it's been a big change, man. Like a big change. A lot of people, are definitely open to rap music around behind hunting music, or behind hunting videos, and definitely more open to seeing black people hunting on a duck boat with dogs. You get what I'm saying? It's
Right.
get to be more prevalent. Of course, it's still very much so different. Because not every black person in America hunts at all, period. Some of them are still
Right.
like, man, what in the world? Duck hunting. What y'all boys, Duck Dynasty? You get what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Us,
Yeah.
to us, that's not it. We've been, it's not that. But, to the majority and the vast majority of people, that's the first thing they're gonna say is, what you think you're doing? Duck Dynasty? Nah, man, I'm out enjoying the world. I'm out enjoying nature. I'm watching the world wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my buddies.
Right.
I'm having a good time. I might have some breakfast on. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of elements to it
Right.
that a lot
That's
of
a
people.
lot of elements to it. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
a lot of elements, man.
Yeah, so I grew up in a pretty small town here in Kentucky. It's
Right.
called Magnolia, Kentucky. It's about an hour south of Louisville, Kentucky, where Muhammad Ali was born. Um, Real small farming community, man. But we've got a lot of history of racism in this town.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my friends who are white, they hunt. They've got places they hunt. They take me and stuff like that, but it's all private land. There's a lot of public. If you go like kind of towards this place called Raywick, Raywick's like, if you black, you don't need to be over there.
That's
It's got a lot of history, and everybody's like, there's a WMA over there now, and it's public land. There's like, man, see, Will, we need to go hunting over here, man. I was like, man, I just don't feel comfortable hunting public land like in a place like that, because I don't
right.
know. About 5 or 6 years back, there was a guy hunting in Alabama, a black guy. He ran into two white guys that basically asked him why he was there, whatever. And he's like, "Man, I'm hunting." He was turkey hunting. They shot him and just left him there for dead. The guy lived, but that scared me to death. So like now, man, like my wife knows. Like if I'm going hunting, I'm usually going with somebody. Like I don't go. I usually don't go by myself anymore.
Right. Right.
And I've only been duck hunting for 2 years now, man. And I go up to Ballard County, Kentucky, which is right there on the Mississippi River, with some buddies of mine that are from up there. they keep me cool. But like when I walked in that duck blind for the first time, bro, the looks that they gave me was just like, what is he doing here? But
Yeah.
as soon as I started talking, they were like, oh, he's one of us. I'm country. I got the country twang. I dip. Like, oh, the more they started talking to me, they were like, oh, he's one of us. And I'm like, why does it got to be that though? Like, why can't a black man walking on a duck blind without the looks? If I say I didn't have my twang and say I wasn't from Kentucky, man, what would y'all? You made me leave,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's just different, and people. I try to explain that to people, man. It's just I don't know. It's different.
It's different,
Um,
man. You gotta just take it. It's you have to be there to experience it. That's all it is. It's hard to describe. It's almost indescribable. Just like shooting your first duck or watching somebody shoot a duck and it fall out, and you watch this dog go out and pick it up and bring it back. It's hard to describe to somebody. At the same time, it's easy. But when you're there in the moment and you watch it, it's like holy moly, that
right,
so much entailed in that. So definitely
right.
understand, brother.
Yeah, man. It's the first time I killed my first duck, man. I was hooked. I mean, from the first time, because I've always heard, my buddies, man, like, hey, man, you need to come duck hunting with us.
Right,
I said,
right.
man, I'm not going duck hunting, man. I said, I'm a deer hunter, a rabbit hunt, a dove hunt. I said, I'm not standing in no water. For one, I can't swim. For two, I don't like cold weather like that. And he's like, man, just come with me for the first time, man. So I bought some waders and we got out to the ramp. I'm nervous as all get out, scared to death. I sit in the middle of the boat and we're going through it's dark. It's in early in the morning. We're going through this swamp, man, and I can't even describe it, man. It was like we were going back in time. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm scared to death. So he got all the decoys out, dropped me off by this tree. I'm standing in water up to my chest. I'm like, why? What am I doing? Like, I can't swim. I'm gonna drown out here. I was like, I hope ain't no alligators out here. I was like, it's Kentucky. We don't have alligators. I was like, but I was thinking the absolute worst, man. But as soon as that sun started to come up, man, and we seen them birds start to fly, and the way that they were coming into our spread, like I got bit by the bug hard.
yeah,
And I've been hooked ever since, man. And it's one of them feelings that like you said, man, it's hard to describe unless you're there.
yeah. Got
But I've been watching, outdoor channels since I was a kid. Kentucky Afield here is like the biggest running outdoor show in history. And I grew up watching it all the time. And I just happened one day to roll up on the 24/7 Hunt Boys. And I was like, who are these black dudes duck hunting? I want to be them. Like I want to be like them. I was
it.
like, because I'd never seen it before. Like you
Yeah, man.
see, I mean, I've seen a few black folks that look like us, like on the TV, but there's not a lot. Then I seen y'all, man, and I'm like, oh my God, I
Yeah,
want
man.
to meet these dudes, man. So as soon as y'all posted that dove hunt that 2 years ago, man, I was like, I got to meet these dudes, man. So how'd you get hooked up with 24/7 Hunt?
Yeah, man. Basically, somewhat, pretty much the same thing. I was going online. I was really online. I was on YouTube, and I was like, man, I gotta find some other black people that duck hunt. I want to see. So I put in black people duck hunting on YouTube, and it was two groups that popped up: 24/7 Hunt and another group. And I gravitated more towards 24/7 Hunt just because it was young and hip, and it was everything. I was like, man, this is it. So ended up they put out the doggone dove hunt invitation, and this was their first annual dove hunt open to the public. And I ended up going. I ended up buying a ticket, but at like maybe like a week before, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna go. Like I was nervous. I don't have no, but I ain't have no real buddies in the outdoors. I do, but they're younger than me. I'm 35, man. So my buddies that I like, one of my older buddies that got me into hunting, he's 60, and he got two
Right,
twin boys. At the time, 6 or 7 years ago, they were 18, 17, 18, just still like, what I'm saying, still in school and stuff like that. So I really didn't have nobody to go with, none of that stuff. So I was like, man, I'm going up here by myself. Whatever. I ended up buying a Stoker, buying a Yeti chair, buying all kind of camo. I'm just like, man, I'm going. My girl was like, you know what? Just go. You gonna end up meeting some guys. You end up being friends for life. So I end up going, and man, it changed my life, bro. Like, changed my life. Ended up going. I stayed for 2 days. Renard ended up like asking, or they all ended. I was only gonna stay for one day, and then at the end of that first day, Renard and Daryl and all them was like, "Man, you gonna stay another day?" So I ended up staying another day. Well, no, I lied. I stayed 2 days. They ended up asking me to stay like till Monday. So I stayed till Monday, and I just hunted with them, and then ended up driving home. And as I was driving home to Florida, man, Ricky had called me and was like, "Hey, man, we want to invite you on a duck hunt to the timber." And it's been crazy ever since then, man. Like, crazy. I mean, going out there hunting Arkansas with those guys, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I've had in the outdoors, as far as with the group, just getting invited, being able to be around them, see how they work, see how they move and groove, man. And you know, just from that one trip, we end up being lifetime friends. You know what I'm saying? I've hunted with them for the past 3 or 4 years now. Last year, I wasn't able to hunt with them pretty much at all because of my knee surgery. I had surgery on my knee, and I was out of the shop for a little while. So, you got to put your priorities in front of hunting, man. So my health was my number one priority. My business was my number one priority. So it it set me back from being able to travel during duck season, because I'm used to going to Oklahoma, Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota. I mean, everywhere. Arkansas, Texas. Everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just used to going. So not being able to do that was a real big bummer for me. Just being able to hunt, like not being able to hunt nowhere but Florida. But it opened my eyes. I was able to hone in on my shop. I was able to, get more clientele to come in and come through and know, like, okay, well, he's gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? So just had to sit down and take a break. That's all it was. Still had a really good season down here, but yeah, man, that's how I got hooked up with them guys, man. I went to a dove hunt. The dove hunt that they have is like one I think everybody should go to. I think everybody that is into hunting or likes hunting, or you even want to just get into it, it's a great place to go and fellowship and meet guys, and meet the 24/7 hunt crew, get to talk to them, and you know actually pick their brain about stuff, because Instagram can be a little hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Message people to a request box or however it may be. But the dove hunt that 24/7 hunt puts on every September is one not to miss, man. It truly is. You'll meet some of the best guys. You'll meet guys that you'll have friends for a lifetime, like my boy Cal Hardy out of Dallas, Georgia. Really, really good friend of mine. Like, I'm talking about, man, he be up there. I consider him a best friend. You get what I'm saying? My other boy, Cam Williams, that's my boy. Like, when I say
I follow him on Instagram. He seems like he's a good dude.
Cam is my boy, man. Like, me, Cam, and Cal, we all met at that dove hunt. So, we still the best of friends right now. If I go to Alabama or I'm in Georgia, I can call them, hit them up, stay, chill. Like, those are my best friends, man. You get what I'm saying? I don't say that lightly, because, I don't hunt with too many people still now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fish with too many people either. It's either me, my stepson, or just me,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, man, I've been to the dove hunt twice. I'm not gonna be able to go this year, man. But I mean, I just remember the first year when I met you, and I was like, man, this dude, man, he's cool, and I'll always remember that, man. I just kept in touch with you over the years, man, and and here we are. So
Yes, sir.
I'm glad that I'm glad we met, man, and it was cool, man. Like I said, everybody needs to go to this hunt at least once, man. I mean, it's fun. Like you'll meet. I've met a couple guys down there. You know, we still talk. Um, we haven't hunted together yet because they live in Louisiana, Texas, different places. But you know, we keep in touch, and you know, we're like brothers. So
Yep.
it's one of them things, man. Like if you're nervous about going, man, just
Don't
go,
be. Just go.
just go, man.
Yeah,
But
don't be nervous. Just go.
let's
Go
go,
have
man.
fun. The food is great. Everybody is great, man. That atmosphere, the atmosphere, and everything that the Moody family that they do, and everything that Renard does as far as with 24/7 hunt, man, it's truly a blessing for the black community to
It
see.
really
You know
is.
what I'm saying? It's just you don't see it. You're not gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? As far as on that caliber, like that's like top notch, man. You can't get no better than
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember me and my wife go to the NWTF convention in Nashville every year. And last year we went, we just seen Rick, Renard, Aubrey, and all them kind of there walking
Yep.
around. And I remember Daryl, I seen him. I was like, "Hey, Daryl, what's up, man?" I said, "You remember me?" He's like, "Yeah, Courtney." And I was like, I looked at my wife and I was like, they remember my name. Like I was like fanboying out for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But like went
Yeah,
over to
man.
Rick and Renard, and I mean they, was like, yeah, we remember you, man. I was like, cool. And then this year I met up with them again, and they was like, yeah, we remember you, man. Like good seeing you. Hope to see you again. And just good people, man. You know,
Real good
just
people.
good people, man. But uh, switch gears here a little bit. So what are some valuable experiences and lessons that you've learned from the outdoors?
Patience. Number one, you got to be patient, man. I don't care what it's about, what is going on in your life, any of that type of stuff, man. Sometimes you got to sit back and you got to slow down. You know, you moving too fast, you missing everything that's going on around you, which is the most important stuff because you just so ready to see that bigger outcome. So, being patient is one. Um, Let me see. It's definitely been a couple as far as like that like changed me, but the patience one was like major. That's key because especially in fly fishing, you gotta have patience. You can't get frustrated. You get frustrated, your cast gonna be off. You gonna line gonna be everywhere. Same in bow hunting. You can't be frustrated, and you gotta have patience with it. Just one false move, instead of hitting the bullseye, now you're all the way off target searching for an arrow. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? So being focused, having patience, and always staying focused on what's ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? Once I pull that arrow back, once you pull it back and let it go, it's always forward momentum. So forward momentum to me is everything. Don't look back. You can't go grab that arrow. Once you release it, you cannot grab it. It's over with.
it's
So
gone.
it's gone. So you got one shot. Most of the time you can get another shot off if you're pretty good. And if you're lucky, you can get three. But let's just try to make that one shot count. You know what I'm saying? So you just patience and staying focused and one thing I would say determination to get things done. You know, um, being a barber and getting paid on a daily basis instead of a every 2 week thing or getting quick money, it goes just as fast. So for me, having discipline enough to stay structured to put this money away and save this for duck season or save this for this off season and put this away over here and put that away over here, hunting and being in the outdoors helped me with that as well because if I'm not disciplined enough during the off season to save my money and to put this away, I'm not going nowhere during
Right,
this time of the year. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
It's taught me a lot. It's opened my eyes to a lot. It's made me really truly put all of my priorities in my business first. You know, because once I put that God, family, my business, once that's all in line, my outdoors life is it's it's like a treadmill. It's just gonna go. It's just gonna keep going. If I want to speed it up, I can speed it up. If I want to turn it down, I can turn it down. If I want to turn it off, I can turn it off if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
long as I keep that forward momentum and keep it pushing and keep it going, that's all I strive for every day, man. Is just to be just that much more successful in the outdoors and in my barbershop life. You know what I'm saying? Just that much more. Learn just that much more about something each day. So outdoors, man, it's gonna continue. I never finish. I'll never learn everything. It'll teach me something every single day, and that's the beauty about it. You know what I'm saying? Waking up with no expectations, just going out knowing that. You know, okay, yeah, I know this, yeah, I can do that, or I've studied this and I've scouted that, and I've talked to this person and talked to that person, and I might have the best of the best gear, but going out with no expectations to harvest anything will really help you out for when you do harvest something. Now it's like, man, I learned something the whole entire time while I wasn't getting anything, when I wasn't successful.
Right.
Really, you were successful, so just learning, opening my eyes a lot more, and paying attention to the small things, not trying to speed up and just hurry up and get there to the end, to the finished result, because if you miss out the details, the finished result won't be done.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was going to ask you how you balance the work life and the hunting life as a barber, but you pretty much answered that question for me. So
Yeah, man, it can be hard at one point in time. It was hard, and I didn't prioritize the shop, so it put me way behind, man. So you know, learning how to prioritize that took me a little while. It took me not prioritize it, learning how to balance my outdoor life and you know my barber life. It took me probably about a good year, but once I got it down packed and was able to know, okay, I can efficiently be in the shop 5 to 6 days a week, but if I don't have nobody during this time, I can go out and do this. Or if I let my clients know 2 weeks in advance, I'm going to be gone for 7 to 14 days. They know, okay, let's get in there and let's book and let's get with them. So
right.
it's definitely a healthy balance now. Before, man, it was rough.
I
It was rough.
feel that, man. It's a hypothetical question here, man. So you got a young black kid. He sees you and 24/7 Hunt Boys on TV. He's an inner city kid wanting to get into the outdoors, but he's scared to death to do it. What would you tell him? What advice would you give him?
Inner city first. The first advice for inner city is you gotta find a mentor. Gotta find somebody that can really help you out. So you need to go anywhere you can in that inner city or right outside that inner city, and you need to meet up with somebody that's really truly into the outdoors. That is the number one crucial. Like, you have to have a mentor. You have to have somebody to push you in the right direction, or at least try to give you some direction in where to go. You get what I'm saying? And what to
Right.
do. After getting the mentors, it's just off to the races. There is no limits. Public land, you need to hunt public land. Private land, you need to hunt private land. If you don't know it, ask as many questions as you can. Don't worry about getting denied. Don't worry about somebody telling you false information, because you're going to ask that question so many times, you'll be able to decipher what's right, what's wrong, and what's indifferent. So, just ask questions. Ask any and everybody that you come across. Hey man, I'm starting to deer hunt. What type of bow you like? Hey man, I'm just getting into big game hunting. What size bow you shoot? Hey man, I'm just getting into deer hunting, and I think I want to start shooting a bow. What do you suggest me get? I asked the same question 3 times. 3 times. I'm gonna get 3 different answers.
Right.
Right?
You
So
will.
if I get 3 different answers, I know which one is going to be not the right one, but the one I should go with. I know which one is going to be like, well, dang, man, that was kind of a heavy opinion on that behalf. Then you're going to have the, well, kind of indifferent about everything and just going to shoot a name out there for you. You really should go with the one that's going to tell you the ultimate truth about whatever is wrong, right, and indifferent about whatever bow that you want to pick. So, with me personally, I ask questions. I don't care who it is. I don't care how long you've been in the outdoors, whether it was less time than me or more time than me. I can learn something from you. I can learn something and I can carry that on. So, like I said at the very, very beginning, man, if that inner city kid was to come ask me a question, hey, Eazy, man, I really want to get into rabbit hunting, but I don't know. I really don't know nobody in it. I know you boys hunt. I know you hunt. I know you do everything, man. No, my answer is, hey man, check it out. I don't rabbit hunt. I haven't rabbit hunting, but let's see if we can work something out to where I can go on a rabbit hunt with you. Let me talk to one of my buddies to see if I can get out on a rabbit hunt and we can both go rabbit hunting together. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? So
Right.
now I'm teaching him how to communicate with somebody that is in a whole nother realm than him. So now I open the door. Here we go, bro. This is my buddy. Here go my buddy Courtney. My buddy Courtney been in the outdoors for a little while. He is an avid rabbit hunter. So check this out. I'm gonna drop y'all numbers together, or we out here hunting. You gonna go hunt with him for a little bit, and then come catch up with me a little bit later on. You gonna learn something from him. You gonna learn something from me. So now at the end of that, it might be one day, it might be a 2-day hunt, so however, rabbit hunting go, because I personally have not rabbit hunted. You get
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
However long it may be. Now at the end of that hunt, you just got this young inner city kid so intrigued because he not only did he talk to me, but he talked to you, he talked to me, and he talked to whoever you had with you. You get what I'm saying? Just
Right.
asking questions and seeing different things. So man, it's imperative, man. I'm big on that and getting the kids into the outdoors, and just telling them to ask questions. I teach my young clients, man, to open your mouth and to be confident. I don't let their moms tell me what kind of haircut they want. I don't let dad tell me what type of haircut they want. I tell him what type of haircut he needs to tell me, because at the end of the day, I'm giving him a service. So he needs to understand communication. If he can't communicate with me, the barber that's actually cutting his hair and touching him, he's not going to really be able to communicate with anybody. So I want him to
Right.
be able to say, hey, Brandon, hey, Mr. Eazy, I want a 2 on the sides with a trim on top. Or, hey, Mr. Eazy, can you give me a skin fade and do me like a little part right here and just like kind of trim the top a little bit? Okay, cool, buddy. Let's do that. Now I've just opened up a whole nother world of communication to a child. You get what I'm saying? That somebody
Right.
else can get out of him, because I'm entrusting in him to tell me exactly what you want. You get what I'm saying? So I do the same. It's the same in the outdoors, man. You just gotta put it in them. You gotta teach them. And any question that they have, you can't look at it like, man, why the hell are you asking me that question? You just gotta answer the question. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I just had a big conversation with a guy at work, man. He was asking me a whole lot of hunting questions because he's wanting to get into it. What kind of bow I shoot, what kind of shotgun I shoot. And I was like, this is
Don't
all
get
going I said,
yeah,
this is all gonna fit me. I said,
yeah.
you're gonna have to go out and try stuff for yourself. I said, because what fits me is not gonna fit you.
And
I said,
what
you
I
know,
can afford, you might not be able to afford.
right.
Nothing
That's
against nobody. But when you first get into it, you need to buy what you can afford.
right. That's
Get the
exactly what I
things that
told
are
him.
not going to reflect your bank account or have your wife mad at you and pissed off because you just went and spent all this money and you've never done something before. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm big on that as well. Get into it, find what you like, learn it, understand what you're doing, and then build from there. So if you and it's I'm just spitting out brands here. So you might shoot a bear. Bear is a good name of bow. You get what I'm saying? That's a good name bow. But you might have somebody that's been shooting for 20 years shoot Matthews or Hoyt.
Right.
So it's like, listen, bro, go get you a bear, go get you something from Bass Pro Shop that's not going to break the bank. learn and understand what you're doing first, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can scale up from there.
Right.
So that's really, really big, and I feel like a lot more guys should push that. But you know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is what it is. You
That's
know.
exactly what I told him, man. I said, when I first started off, I was shooting the Mossberg 500. Uh, I said, now I'm shooting a Rite. I said, no diss against Benelli or any of the other brands, that Rite feels good in my hand. As far as a bow, I shot Bowtech my entire life until a couple years back. I switched to Matthews, kept having cam issues, shooting the PSE now. It just feels good to me. I
Right.
said, you just got to figure out what works for you and what's not going to break your bank account, man. I was like, if you want me to go help you, I'll be more than happy to go with you. And I said, don't get too caught up on brands and stuff like that. I said, because it'll drive you crazy.
It'll drive
Because,
you crazy, and it makes you very one sided.
right. And I was like, I'm a big component of bottomland. That's what I'm wearing mostly. But I've got some sicker stuff,
Yep.
but I said, if you're getting started, go to Academy, get that Magellan stuff,
And rock out.
$40, rock on,
And
So,
rock on. You don't, matter of fact, you don't. All you need is a jacket and some pants. You can go to Walmart and get you some sweatpants and put you up on
yeah,
sweatpants up underneath all of that stuff, and go get you a black hoodie or a
yeah,
brown hoodie and throw that camo on
yeah,
over that, and there you go. You get
right,
what I'm saying? Now let's see if you like it in the elements like this
right,
without having all the quality. If you can like it and you can deal with it with that on, and
right,
you understand what this stuff does and what this gear does or what this
right,
bow does, and whatever equipment that you're using, once you understand it, then you can scale up, man. But
yeah,
start academy is where it's at. Go to
yeah,
academy and spin your bag in academy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking to a homie of mine, man. He's been hunting a lot longer than me, man. We went hunting last year, deer hunting. I do a lot. I blind hunt. I don't get in the air much. And I showed up. I got camo pants on and a black hoodie, a black beanie. He said, "Man, what you?" He said, "You ain't got camo on." I said, "Well, I got camo pants on." He said, "Why you got a black hoodie and a black scully on?" I said, "We're sitting in a blind, bro." I said, "Our backdrop is black."
Yeah,
He's like, "Dude, I didn't even think about that." I said, "Yeah, that camo and that black backdrop, you can still see. I'm covered." He said, "Man, I never did think about that." I said, "Yeah, you sit in there," and I took a picture of him sitting in there, and then he took a picture of me sitting in there. Night and day difference. So
yeah,
now, anytime we hunt together, he's got on a black hoodie or black jacket and a beanie, man. And I was like, it makes a world of difference, man, when that deer comes out and he's sitting there doing this, looking in that blind. It makes
yeah,
a world of difference, man. It's just little stuff I picked up from the OGs, man. Just
yeah.
different stuff. So, but yeah, man. But couple more questions here, man, and I'll let you get off here, man. But so if you could go anywhere and hunt or fish for anything, where are you going and what you hunting or fishing for?
I want to go to. I truly want to go to Australia and fly fish for giant trevallies GTS, with a fly rod. So either Australia or just the Pacific coast. Hunting, I just, man, online last night I was going down the rabbit hole of safaris, and I just started. Yeah, man, I just learned about I think it's a- agile goat.
I
Like they're
yeah, yeah. I think we
what
call them agiles here in the South, but well, in
agile? That's
Kentucky.
exactly what it is. An agile goat or sheep. Man,
Yeah,
listen. When I tell you the horns on them damn things was like it was crazy. I was like, you know what? I think, and then I'm pretty sure it was in Mongolia. So if I can go to Mongolia and get me a bighorn sheep, that that's one trip. But I mean, really and truly in the States, I would like to do a grizzly hunt, man. I would like to go on a grizzly hunt on Kodiak Island. I think that would be
yeah,
absolutely crazy.
Nah, you
But
by yourself on that one, dog.
yeah, man. That's that's a dream hunt, bro. If I ever got a chance to do it, I'm doing it. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like one of my buddies, James Lancaster, he got to go to Alaska and hunt for grizzlies, and the size of that grizzly's paw was nuts to me. So I definitely want to go do that. That's two dream hunts, right? That's a dream hunt and a dream fishing trip right there.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. I don't know about them grizzlies. Black bear, we got them around here, but them
Yeah, I
grizzlies,
ain't black.
man.
I ain't worried about them. I want the grizzly.
The grizzlies, man. Them things are too aggressive. I'm good on that.
I want one, man. Got to have one. I actually pulled an alligator permit this year, so I'm gonna be going and getting me a gator this year.
Man, I want to go gator hunting in Louisiana. So Ricky Nichols or Jim Caesar, if y'all hear this, holler at me because I want to go. Like
That's real.
what
That's
one
real.
of the two. I love Jim. I love Ricky. Man, please, like
Put my boy
wherever
on one now.
I want one. My number one hunt was elk hunting in Montana, man. But the more that I watch Swamp People, and the more that I'm following Jim, man, on social media, I'm like, I want to go gator hunt. That's my number one. That's my number one on my list right now.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to get me a nice double-digit gator this year. Try to make me some boots, a belt, make me a couple different things. I got a tag. I can actually get two of them. So, yeah, I'm excited about that, man.
That's what's up, man. That's cool, man. All right, man. So what's next for Eazy, man? You gonna build your own empire down there in Florida? What's your plan for the future, bro?
Man, really, I'm just working. Got a couple partnerships right now. Sportsman Pride, dog food. I'm a ambassador for them. Been working with them for like 2 years now. We got some real big things coming up with me and Odie. I actually started working with Bahio sunglasses as well.
That's
Um,
right.
so just got some things going with those two companies. Man, just a lot of fly fishing. A lot of fly fishing. When I say a lot of fishing in general, it's gonna be fly fishing and conventional fishing. Um, be getting a boat here soon. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a gator tail or not. Might end up being a flats boat. But I might end up building me a duck boat out, just going and get me a hole and then get me a 35 horse gator tail throwing on the back of it. Cause I hate to say this like this, man, but I don't see spending $27,000-$30,000 on a duck boat and
Yeah.
running it into a tree or trying to slide it across a mud flat or like over here is oyster beds and all of that stuff. Like that's a lot of money to be like literally balls
Tearing
to
up.
the walls and tearing something up. Like I'm just being real, bro. Like I'm a realist. So um I'll get one when the time is ready, and I'm most likely gonna build it out. So go buy me a hole, like I said, and just get me a 35 gator tail. Throw it on and rock out like that. My first boat probably end up being a family boat slash guide boat because I'm about to do some classes. So yeah, man. In the near future, hit me up. Come fish with me. You get what
I,
I'm saying?
I got you, bro.
But yeah, man, I'm just trying to build up Easy Living Studios, the barbershop. Easy is me, Easy Living is me, Easy Living Studios. That's my barbershop. That's my everything. That's my brand. It'll slowly but surely build up and I'm always gonna push it or whatever. But I don't have no specific like plans to like have a logo for like just my outdoor stuff or you know, I don't have any plans like big plans for that. It's just I'm easy. I'm the person. You know what I'm saying?
This what's up.
So as far as like big plans, the shop goes, possibly I'm thinking about some plans in the near future to doing a retail store, an outdoors retail store.
That's what's up.
So just a little small stuff, future plans or whatever. But it's all in the works. It's all in the circle. It's all going in motion. So just taking my time and being patient about everything, man. That's it.
That's what's up, man. So how can people follow you on social media? What's all your tags, your handles?
Easy Living. Easy Living 11 is my Instagram, man. Pretty much put Easy Living. You'll see Easy Living 11. That's me right here. Easy Living Studios is my barbershop. On Facebook, it is exactly the same. Or you can just put my government in, Brandon Thompson. You put Brandon Thompson in with Easy Living, and you will see it. But Instagram is pretty much what I'm on all the time, daily. YouTube is all that. Everything is Easy Living, EAZYLIVIN 11. Everything. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everything, man. So yeah, that's how you can find me. Holler at me, man. Come see me. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to hit me up. Hit my inbox. It might go to the request box, so just give me a little bit of time. I don't mind answering nobody's questions. If I can't answer it, I can get a hold of somebody that can give you an answer. So yeah, hit me up. Don't be afraid.
That's what's up, guys. So here we go with another finished edition of the We Do This Too Outdoors podcast. And God bless Brandon, and hopefully everything works out for you, bro. So
Yes, sir.
Goodwill hunting, man. God bless you in all your endeavors, man. I appreciate you taking time out to holler at me, bro.
I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna get together this year too, man. Let's talk about
That's
it. Let's
what's
make
up.
a plan.
Let's do it, man. I appreciate you, big dog.
All
We
right,
do
brother.
this too.
Yes, sir.